Welcome back to the podcast. And today is the final episode in the four-part student success story series that I host every single year. I hope that you've really enjoyed and felt connected to the stories of Katie, of Mark, and Brooke in the just recent past episodes. Their transformation stories are so inspiring, and I'm so proud that they have taken their own creation of their reality into their own hands and done something about it and made a change. And it's just, as you heard in the stories, it's like positively affected and rippled into every area of their life, their well being, their relationships, and even increase their income. It's just I'm so happy for them and I'm so proud of them that they get to live this like genuine life of like time abundance, but also a thriving photography business and also have the joy and the spark back for doing what they love and feel reconnected to why they started their photography business in the first place. And this last episode here with Anika is the perfect one to wrap with because in just 6 months, Anika was able to outsource and save 300 hours of work. She saved 300 hours of her time in just 6 months. Also, during that time, she rebuilt her systems from the ground up so they can be the most efficient they could essentially possibly be. She doubled her bookings in this time as well. And most importantly, she found joy again in the business she thought she was falling out of love with because it was, as she says in the episode, she just felt paralyzed with the workload, with the stress of it all. And now she just has so much spaciousness that she can actually enjoy being creative again. So, who is Anika? She's the heart behind Amari Studios, a wedding photography and videography team she runs alongside with her husband. She's based in Ontario, they're based in Ontario, and they're known for capturing weddings with a warm, story-driven approach that blends artistry with genuine connection. Together, they preserve the real moments and emotions that matter most so couples can relive their day for years to come. And if you've been feeling overwhelmed, overbooked, or you're just on the verge of burning out, or you're currently like in full on burnout mode where you just feel like crying all the time, your eyes are feeling exhausted, dry, your shoulders are hurting. Like, if you're experiencing all of this right now, this episode will show you what's truly possible when you learn to outsource the right way using proven workflows and support that I've genuinely iterated and perfected for 10 years. I've been outsourcing successfully for 10 years now. So you get the fast track, the literal fast track. There's students that find support within 2 to 3 weeks and their calendar and time and spaciousness just opens up. So instead of you trying to figure it out from scratch, like I had to do 10 years ago and try to figure it out for 2 to 3 years, make all the mistakes, waste all the money, you get the fast track and you get to like find your person, hire, be supported in just 3 weeks. And if you're listening to this episode in real time, when doors are open to OMI at the end of October 2025, then this is your moment to move if you want to use this slow season to properly set up these systems so that next season you don't find yourself in burnout again. So right now, the doors to OMI are open and they won't open again until October 2026. So this is literally it. This is your moment. Like, which path are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the one where you're going to continue to do the same thing over and over again, and you're going to find yourself in the exact same position and place next year, feeling like you're just at max capacity with how much you can work, but you're also not being paid as much as you want to pay because you're capping your bookings? Or are you going to choose the path of, you know what? It's time, as nervous as I am, it's time for me to up level my business, do things differently, update my systems to the business that what my business needs. Essentially, if you think about your business as even just like a relationship, like the place that you want to go with your business, if you do want to grow your business, if you do want more money, more bookings, more creativity, becoming a better photographer, that version of your business needs something different from you than the version of your business right now, of what it's getting from you. Like, if nothing changes, nothing changes. It's going to stay the same. So congratulations. If you're burnt out, if you're overworked, it literally just means you're ready for a promotion. You're ready to be supported with the tasks that bore you, that drain you. You've outgrown them. And now you can step into really knowing how to delegate, how to hire the right person in an affordable way within your budget, and then step into becoming an even more better, stronger creative photographer, marketing your business more, connecting with your clients more, really creating the most incredible client experience you possibly could, because that is what leads to your long-term fulfillment, your long-term referrals, all of that. So right now you have those two paths to choose. And all I have to say is, what if you choose the path of finally updating things, doing things differently, joining OMI, and the version of you next year is looking back and saying, thank you. Thank you so much for making that decision. I know it was hard. I know you were scared, but we did this together and now we're here. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. My gosh. Like, oh, I feel the pain of the photography community and what they feel on this time of year. And I just, I, 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 I don't want you to feel that way anymore. I know you don't want to feel that way anymore. And this kind of vision exercise can be so powerful to connect with your future self in this moment and be like, future self, like, what you need from me for me to get to that future version of myself. And your future self will be like, please, please do it. Do it for us. Do it for your family. Do it for your well-being. Oh my gosh, like the level of joy, of fulfillment, of freedom, of the spark back that you'll get with your work is just like undeniable. And it's inevitable, because if it's possible for all these other OMI student success stories, it's possible for you too. So that's a little message from your future self. So if you're ready to join OMI now, go to sarahmonica.com/freedom. Sign up now. I cannot wait to celebrate with you. I cannot wait to guide you through the process and to connect with you on our monthly coaching calls, which are starting November 4th. Super excited. It's just around the corner. And also, if you click that link in the show notes, sarahmonica.com/freedom, you're going to find a ton more success stories, like dozens and dozens more success stories from photographers of all walks of life, different genres, plus a very detailed Q&A section if you still have questions. So go to sarahmonica.com/freedom, review everything, sign up, do it, get on that path to your new version of success. And for now, let's dive into Anika's story and what happens when you stop doing it all yourself. Welcome, Anika.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Been a long time listener, so I'm really stoked to share my experience.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited too. And yeah, you go way back. I remember
Yeah.
doing those like weekly Q&As in the Facebook group, and it
Yeah.
was just chat. So I couldn't even see your face, but I just remember every week you were like so committed there, asking questions like, oh, Anika with a question, Anika with participation. I love it. So
Yeah.
like, I really appreciate that. Like, you gave me so much energy throughout the process because I'm a generator in human design. So I really thrive on responding to questions and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I was always just so grateful for you and your energy.
That's awesome. I didn't know if you remembered that or not. I definitely remember those days. That was a fun time. I'm a manifesting generator.
Oh, nice.
Is like similar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And for everybody listening, just give them a little bit of an idea of what kind of photography you love to photograph most, and also just some of your random interests and hobbies.
Yeah. Right now, I run the studio, Amer Studios, with my husband, and we also have a team. So we have some photographers and videographers on our team as well. And yeah, I really like documentary, but I also love editorial. So we do a mix of both. And I would say the couples we work with tend to be a little bit more type B, go with the flow and like fun, creative kind of couple. So it's really fun to get to create stuff for people who are similar to us. That's how I would describe it. Yeah. And yeah, in my free time, I've been getting to do more pottery, gotten into sewing lately.
Cool.
What else? And I just moved recently. So I've been exploring my new area a lot, which has been fun. And of course, watching TV.
Yeah. to relax, wind down.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so funny. As soon as you said type B people, I'm like, wait, what is that? I'm so used to hearing type A. I've never heard type B. And I'm like,
Really?
wait, what is type B?
Yeah.
And I'm like, then when you explained it, I'm like, what's interesting because I feel like I'm type B in certain situations, and then I feel like
Yeah.
I'm type A in other situations. So,
Yeah.
so interesting.
And that's not to say we don't show up to weddings prepared. Like, we are very much type B people. I don't know, like, more laid back, I would say.
Mm.
Like, for our wedding, for example, we planned it all in 6 months, and we were like, "We're doing this. It's fine."
That's awesome.
We work with a lot of, like, similar couples. I don't know if it's the energy we give off, but
Mm.
that's how it's turned out. So, yeah.
That's awesome. It's definitely your energy. And then doesn't it feel so much easier to operate your business and like
Mhm.
be an artist when you just naturally mesh with the same frequency people like what you guys are? Like
Yeah.
so much more
Yeah.
easier and fun.
I know. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so excited to dive into your story all about your transformation of
Mm.
experience that you had before outsourcing, before joining Omi, and how things have shifted for you and evolved, and the things that maybe felt like they weren't going right in the moment, but then turned out to be a blessing. And now you're figuring things out even more and optimizing. So we're going to get into all that. And I'm so excited to hear all the details. And I think where I want to start is checking in to really understand before Omi,
Mhm.
what did your life and business feel like? What, for example, even maybe distilling it down to a typical week, what did it look like, feel like? Or you can also generalize it, like whatever speaks to you.
Yeah, so last year was, like, our craziest year yet. So, we got married in April, and we were moving out, doing a honeymoon, paying for a wedding, all the things, so we were like, "Okay, we need to be super booked up this year." So we were, and it was great. Busiest we ever were, and so we just went into it. I wasn't outsourcing anything at the time. In the past, before Imagine came out, I had played around with a couple different editing studios. One of them was Image Salon, and then I found something that was a little more affordable. They're no longer open. They were called Pixlove, which I really liked working with them, but then they closed down when Imagine came out. So when it came out, I was like, okay, cool. I'll just use this. And it obviously takes a lot longer to do all the final checks if you're not having a human come in and do that for you. So that's what last year looked like. So I was very busy. I was working a lot. And honestly, by October, I was so done. I was just like burnt to a
Mm.
crisp. I was like, you know what? I was just uninspired last year. I debated if I wanted to keep doing weddings. Like, that's how bad it got. So I signed up for your course and I'm very happy I did because I did find the spark again with weddings this year.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Something that breaks my heart when I see is like where people think it needs to be this or that. Like I can only either be a photographer and be super busy and burnt out and this is just what comes with the territory, or it's just too much. I can't handle, it's not the right career for me and I need to quit or let it go and
Yeah.
maybe try another dream, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's thank you for sharing so honestly that you even felt like you lost your creativity and energy and spark. What do you think if you didn't even know that the solution of getting support and outsourcing existed? What do you
Mhm.
think you would have maybe done or thought about
I
doing?
think my first bet would have been to be like, you know what? I do this still. Let's try another year and just scale it
Mhm.
way back. I probably would have had to do less weddings this year. And also, we also have a videography portion of our business too. That does get outsourced. That always has gotten outsourced. But I definitely still would have had to scale back if I didn't have additional support for on the photo side.
Oh my gosh, I love that you said that. This is the pattern I notice.
Yeah.
Photographers feel overworked, resentful of work, clients, overstretched, and then they think the only way is to,
Mhm.
I'm going to cap my bookings. That's what we hear a lot. Next year,
Yeah.
20 max,
Yeah.
15 max. But then, like, how would you feel to cap your creativity and income essentially, right?
Yeah, I mean, it would have sucked because this is what my husband and I both do full time. So then we would have had to look into other options. And we love that this business gives us each so much time, like in the off season, of course, especially.
Yeah, yeah,
But even during, we like having our weekdays off. Like I wouldn't have wanted to give all that up.
yeah. Especially because during the weekdays, the grocery stores are empty, the malls are empty, the
We do
parks are
everything
empty,
on
everything is
weekdays.
just like,
Right. Like
yeah,
that's on weekdays usually.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe take us back to, did you have like a very specific breaking point that you guys experienced when you said you hit October, you were burnt to a crisp? Like,
Mm.
what did your weeks look like? Like, how many hours were you working? How did you feel in your body and your emotions? All of that.
To be honest with you, like the volume was just like paralyzing. Like when so I don't know if it's like my human design or personality or whatever, but like when I have a mountain of work that's boring and I don't like, I just get paralyzed. So it's like I was grinding through, but it was very inefficient. And
Mm,
so everything was taking me longer than it should have. And then I would burn out, have to take a break, and then just feel guilty that I wasn't doing all the stuff that I had to do. So it's, yes, I was probably working like maybe 30 hours a week on the back end, plus like shooting, but it was miserable. You know, it's not like
yeah.
I was sitting there doing 12-hour days because I was using Imagine still at the time. It was more so just the heaviness of it all. That was really the problem.
Yeah. And what do you, what was, because there was so much of that happening, do you feel like there's things that you had to set aside in your life for that time being that took you out of balance?
Yeah,
Yeah.
our favorite time of the year is fall. So
Yeah.
we didn't get to do any fall stuff. Like we were just locked away. So that was a big one. I really like to meditate and work out and stuff just to keep my mental health good. And I just, no, I don't have time for that. So that was another big one too. Yeah. And obviously, I didn't have as much time to spend with like family and friends at that time. Like, I'm sure like a lot of other people relate to when it's wedding season, especially in the fall when everything's backlogged. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you for having that like realization of I'm done with this. Like, it's time for a solution. Because if we really think about it, like in the moment when we are in it, and I've experienced this before with overwork and stuff before I started outsourcing, I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's just this October. Next October will be different. But if you really add it all up, like how many actual fall seasons do we have? Let's say for the next 20 years, we have 20 fall seasons we can enjoy. And every
Yeah.
time you just don't find a solution to operate things more efficiently and effectively, then we just say no to like enjoying that season and time with family and friends. It's so fleeting. It really, it does take, I find, I think what you experience is how we experience pain of like the burnout or the it's fall and we're not even like doing the things we want to do or working out or meditating as much. That pain is there for us to pay attention. And then I think you paid attention. And I love that because now I'm excited to see like how different it is for you now. But okay, so that's what it felt like. And maybe let's turn to now so everybody can get a sense of okay, so now Anika's outsourcing. And what are you even outsourcing? Maybe give us a list of what you're
Yeah.
getting support with in your business.
Yeah. So I started really like getting into it. I would say I watched the course and I started really getting into it in February because I wanted to get a head start on everything. So at that time, I figured out my whole like social media workflow. And so that's a big one. I played around with outsourcing blogs. I have to say I haven't done as many as I would have liked. There's a bunch prepped. They're almost done.
Yeah.
So that was really great. That was all my BA. And of course, now that we're in wedding season, I have been outsourcing culling, editing, and some other little missed tasks like house stuff with TaskRabbit, which is a fun one. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done so far. I think the list is going to keep growing, but it's a good start.
Yeah, that's a huge start. So we have editing, culling, social media, like carousels and reels, blog posts.
Yeah.
Those always fall to the like last
No.
priority, but it's okay. It's
Yeah.
all about optimization, right?
Yeah.
Like by next year, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what I learned about last year.
Mhm.
I didn't they go out as much. What can I improve? And then
Yeah.
that's what we work on in off season, right? So yeah.
And at least
So
I have all the workflows built now.
yeah.
That was, I think, the hurdle that I had to get over, which is why it was nice to do it when I had time and could think about it because it was all new. I changed so much
Yeah.
my business. I'm like, wow, why was I doing things the way I was doing them? It made no sense. So, yeah,
How does it feel to have things like so much more optimized and efficient?
it feels like way more legit. I'm like, I'm not the girl now. I'm not just in performing.
Are you Britney Spears? You know that song? I don't know why. Whenever I hear someone say I'm not a girl and then I'm not yet a woman.
Okay.
I remember that song. But yeah, anyway, random. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like way more a business. And that's the direction I want to take things, especially now that I'm trying to build out a team. Like I want to have all my workflows really nailed down and everything, like ran like a tight ship.
Yeah, yeah. And does it
Yeah.
feel like it actually takes less effort to get things from A to B to C, like step by step,
Mhm.
because you've had it all mapped out, while also the tasks in between that you don't want to be spending your time and energy on are now you're getting support with and are outsourced? Are you like, oh my gosh, this just feels lighter, like a lighter business?
Yeah, for sure. It feels a lot more streamlined, a lot lighter. And yeah, like that mountain that I was feeling on top of me before, I definitely am not feeling that as much anymore. It feels more so like a stream. And
Yeah.
everything's just coming through, but it's moving along and it's not like piling up.
I love that. It just the way you just described that is like a metaphor of like just the way energy is just
Mhm.
actually moving around you. Because when our queue piles up and it just actually feels like it's going on our shoulders. I don't know why the energy feels like it builds up like that, but it feels stagnant. It feels like it's not moving fast enough. It's getting higher and higher, bigger and bigger, anxiety, stress, guilt,
Mhm.
everything. But then now having these systems like the stream is just, yep, everything is moving, everything is flowing. And there's still business isn't, we're never going to get to this place in business where it's, I have made it. Everything is smooth. There are never any issues, never problems, no road bumps. There's still
Yeah.
like rocks that the stream has to go around or problem solve and stuff. And, but overall, I'm so happy that you're feeling that. And it's right now we're recording this, it's September 4th. So it's
Mhm.
like smack in the middle of wedding season and all of that, just a little bit past the middle. How are things feeling for you in this time compared to the same date last year, the same time frame?
I think I feel like so I okay, so little backstory, of course, like my VA who I had fired, I just very recently had to let her go. So that being said, I'm getting a little sneak into how I did feel last
Mm,
year without any help. So I'm like, oh shit, gotta get on this and rehire real quick. But I feel very hopeful about that because like I know what to do. I've done it before and I already have my list of applicants to interview ready. So I'm gonna have help with that very soon. So overall, I would say, yeah, the stream is still flowing. It's not piling up too much. We're still
yeah.
doing good.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, let's dive into this because I think I'm really excited to cover this in our conversation because so let's give everyone context of okay, maybe let them know how long you had your VA for,
Yeah.
how much time she saved you for in the amount of time you had her hired for, and how much you invested, and then we'll dive into talking about why you decided to let her go and what you're doing moving forward. So let's start there, I think.
Okay. Yeah. I hired her. It's literally almost exactly 6 months that I had
Mhm.
her. I want to give a little bit of backstory. So last December, we were shitting our pants because we only had 12 bookings for this year. And we
Mhm.
are like, oh, fuck. Because, like I said, last year was crazy. I was
Yeah.
just editing, just surviving, just staying afloat. So I wasn't marketing. I think another part of that is with getting married and honeymoon and stuff. We were like, oh, we have our busiest year ever coming up. We don't need to do that. We're good. We're like, it's fine. So
Yeah.
we weren't really marketing that much last year. Got to December of this year and we're like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
we have 12 bookings. Shit. I like hopped on hiring the VA right away. That was the first thing because I really wanted help with social media and marketing. And it ended up working. We ended up getting to 26, 27-ish bookings for this year.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, that's amazing. I love how you just went into action mode and made it happen.
Yeah, we're like, you know what? We can do this. We're
Yeah.
like, buckle down. I was posting a lot. And it like every time I start posting more, I see a direct correlation with leads. So
Yeah.
it helped a lot. So that was her main focus for the off season. And then I had her just because I already had her, I liked her so much. She was doing so great with that stuff. So when wedding season started, I trained her to cull and edit as well, even though she had no experience with that. So from I would say like September, September. I meant to say, what I'm mixing words. Okay. February, about the 20th, I had her until around my birthday, which was August 21st. So it was about 6 months. And I had her clock in about 300 hours overall with everything. I was paying her $5 Canadian an hour. So the total cost for that was $1,500.
Oh my God. 300 hours of your life back for $1,500.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
it
helping
definitely
with
helped me
marketing
get
with lots of bookings.
for sure.
Yeah. And you guys, $5 an hour Canadian, because I teach my students how to hire virtual assistants overseas in the Philippines, where it's all ethical, it's all good. They are freelancers. They make like quadruple what they would make in the Philippines. So
Mhm.
it's all good. If you guys
And I
need
have to
me to
say,
mention that a million times.
my VA was like it was she has had told me multiple times that it was very transformative for her, the experience working with me, and it allowed her to quit her corporate job. So
Mhm.
she was like very thankful and was doing work that she loved, like social media creation and everything like that. And she had just had a baby too. So it allowed her to stay at home with her baby. So she was very appreciative of the opportunity.
That's amazing. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, it's literally a win-win situation for everyone involved. And okay, so then you get to the point where 6 month mark, you realize you have to make the hard decision
Mhm.
to let her go. And what was the reasoning around that? It was around our
Just
theme of
some
the
life
coaching call.
circumstances that she was dealing with. Things were starting to pile up, and I think it was about a month of things not able to get done as like on time. I reached out to her, and then she told me like she was overwhelmed and wasn't able to keep up, and she didn't have the resources to keep doing the work for me because her computer broke, which sucks. I totally relate to that. I spilled water on my laptop this year as well. My
Oh,
laptop. Yeah, not great, but I was like, no worries. Like, you can focus on the social media stuff still as soon as you're ready to come back. But that's why I had to let her go. It was very difficult because I don't think either of us expected it, but I feel like it was still the right choice for the business. Yeah.
yeah. And we actually had inside OMI, we had a group coaching call where I themed it around the problem that could come up from hiring is if your person that's been performing super well, you've been super happy, out of nowhere starts underperforming or being late or not on time, and then what to do about it. And for those of you listening that have never hired before, I want you to take listening to this as I don't want your brain to right away go, okay, so what's the point of even going through the whole process of hiring? And then you're going to have to eventually let them go and then start the whole process of rehiring and retraining someone. That's a lot of work. There's no point. I might as well keep doing everything myself. That's just our brains sticking to what we know, sticking to our comfort zones. But it's just when I mention like there's that stream that we experience that Anika's experiencing, but there's rocks that still are in the way sometimes that we have to go around and problem solve. But in general, everything feels easier. That's the experience of everything's going great. I've had a VA for two different VAs with me for 3 years straight, and each of them we had to end up going our separate ways. But it doesn't mean that like it wasn't worth all of that time. And I would love to hear your perspective, Annika. Now you are actually right now in the process of, okay, time to find someone again and do all that and onboard and all of that. does it feel just as, okay, this is so new, I've never done this before? Or does it feel like, oh, I've done it before? Like, what's your perspective on how you're navigating this now?
So I would say, honestly, the biggest hurdle starting was getting all the training content ready and getting all the workflows that I wanted set up. So the nice thing is it's already done. So my job listing is already still there for me to just repost. So I have reposted it and I've selected 3 new people to try out and interview. So I'm hoping by like next week I'll have someone lined up again. The reason I took the last couple weeks and put it on the back burner is because I decided to finally hire my specialized editor first, which has been done and is going really great. Yeah, I think honestly, I think it's just very doable to just rehire. The amount of time I put into doing everything, it's probably like an hour of time to like realistically repost the job listing and interview, and then you just have someone else again.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, I
like,
love that you shared that. It's always the hardest. Just if you're like pushing a kid on a swing, like first push, it's like they don't have that much momentum. And Ben always is, no, I want it higher. I'm like, Ben, I need to actually gain momentum for you to go higher and higher. And it gets easier and easier to push them. You don't have to actually put that much energy. The same goes into like setting up your outsourcing workflows, your magnetic hiring, all of these things. When you have that set up and you know how to do it and you do it the first time is always the hardest, just like anything in life, then it's, oh, okay, now I just do it again. And this time it's so much easier. So I'm so happy that you're experiencing that and that you get to share this message with others. Because I know it's like, it can totally be like a feeling and a thought that if you've never done it before, it could feel totally scary and like valid. But
yeah.
actually in it right now and you're not as stressed as someone would think in their heads that it would be. And then
Mhm.
you're in the middle of wedding season too,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
understand it definitely puts a speed bump in there, but
Yeah,
like,
it has put a speed bump in there for sure.
yeah,
Very grateful I like know how to go about rehiring
yeah,
because I'm seeing the difference. I'm like, okay, for the next 2 weeks or whatever, I'm just gonna do the calling and editing while
mm,
I like was waiting to rehire. And no, I don't want to go back to that. So
yes.
very excited to get the next person set up and ready to go.
And isn't it like a cool reminder of it reminds you how it felt to do those things
Yeah.
and how it just brings up that gratitude for the next person that you find of so grateful you're supporting me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
And tell us
sure.
about your editor, because I know that you initially, because you loved your VA for the social media stuff, you're like, oh, I'm just going to train her on culling and editing too. And then we had a group coaching call again, and I mentioned how it's actually more effective to have a specialized editor and then a VA do everything else. And then you have not all your eggs in one basket in case someone gets sick or something. So, yeah, give us an update on the editor. So far, they've edited one wedding for you.
I've done one wedding and
Yeah.
it like literally everything I could have wanted. I'm like, wow, amazing.
This is so good.
I'm like, wow, is this easy? Okay. So to give a bit of backstory again, let's say I was doing all of the editing myself without Imagine. I think it would have taken me 8 to 10 hours to do everything. I know a lot of people are using Imagine now, like I was last year, but it still takes like for me, because I'm really trying to get everything like very fine tuned, very
Yeah.
clean, composed, yada. So even with Imagine, it was taking me like, I would say, gosh, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours maybe. So maybe even longer, honestly. It's a blur because I haven't done that for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I was at before I had my editor. When I had my VA helping me, so she would do a lot of basic stuff.
And just to pause and give people context, because they might be a little confused. So the workflow that I teach is running your Lightroom catalog through an AI editor first as like your base edit. And I use Imogen, you use Imogen as well.
Yeah.
And then it gives us like a base, really strong base preset, essentially. And then
Yeah.
instead of us as photographers doing all the other fixes, brushwork, crop, like perfect cropping, fine tuning everything, we have a human. So it's an AI and human support system at the same time. So just to give our own context. And then you were saying your VA, something editing?
Yeah. So I had trained her to do some editing work for me, mostly the stuff that was really time consuming, like object removal. Cause you sit there and you wait like 20 seconds. Yeah. Image. And it's just, oh my gosh, this is mind numbing.
Yeah.
As well as noise reduction and that like new stuff. So she's doing a lot of that, but she wasn't doing as much of the skin tone adjustments, white balance, that stuff, because that was all very new to her. And so I was still having to go in and do all that work still, which I timed it the other day for a very large wedding. I think it was like 900 photos or something. It still took me about 4 hours to go in and finish it after it had been through those 2 steps already. So, yeah. And now that I have my specialized editor, he has experience, it took me 1 hour to go in and
That's a
finalize
huge
it.
difference. That's
So,
huge to like the whole for you to have optimized it to cut to save your time 75% more is huge.
yeah, like huge because in the past I would still have to dedicate my whole day,
Yeah.
like, because it was draining for me. So it would just wipe me out. And then that when I finished his gallery, it was 1 hour. I was like, "Oh, okay, I have so much other stuff I can get done today." So
Yeah.
it felt great. It felt so good.
And what would you say to someone who's sitting there being like, "If it's just 3 hours, like I can handle an extra 3 hours per wedding or per project." What would you say to someone whose thoughts are like
I
tricking
think
them like that?
time and energy twisted. That's what I would say. I was, yeah, it's 3 hours, but it's 75% of my energy for the day. So that is a huge lesson I had to learn is it's not just time, it's also energy. So, yeah.
I love that. And do you feel like with this kind of support, you can have pretty much as many weddings as you want next year and shoots because you're like, I can make so much money. I can not work so much behind my computer,
Yeah.
living the dream.
Especially once it's all optimized, like
Yeah.
100%. Like
Or should
100.
we say 95? Because 100% doesn't exist. Because there's always going to be those little fucking things that come up and update that. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It'll be fine to deal with that though.
exactly.
Just to cover all the other stuff. Yeah.
Amazing. And oh yeah, and how much do you invest? So now with your specialized editor for that wedding that you had him support you with, and it took you only an hour to get everything to spend your time on that. How much did you invest for that?
So I calculated the total for, okay.
Oh yeah, Imogen and editor
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
So I calculated the average based on how many images I typically deliver. So on the lower end, gosh, I forget how, I think it was 650 up to 900 images I usually
Okay.
deliver,
Yeah.
depending. So the total cost for that range is going to be altogether 100 to $150 Canadian.
Amazing. For
Yeah.
a wedding that you make like thousands on, like
Like
is
totally chill, totally worth it.
yeah.
And I'd be if I was doing all that, I'd be paying myself less than minimum wage. I'd be paying myself $9 an hour for editing. So
Yeah.
don't want to do that. I'm good.
Oh my gosh. And photographer friends, if you're wondering why you're not making the money you want and need, it's because if we're doing all these tasks that we can pay a VA $5 an hour to do, or an editor, essentially, if we calculate everything, $9 an hour, if we're doing that ourselves, we're paying that to ourselves. That's why we're hitting this income ceiling that we can't get through because we don't have time to market.
Right.
Like Anika, you mentioned it last year. You're like, I could not market. I could not market. And then December hit and we're like, oh fuck moment, right? But what if felt easy to market throughout the year? And then it's like you're just easily already booked ahead of time and you
Yeah.
work on your
I
business and
have
you
to
could do
say that's what we're experiencing this year. Like we're more booked for next year at this point than we have ever been. So
amazing.
great.
Oh, so congrats. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, doesn't that feel so peaceful?
And then I'm like, I'm not panicking around Christmas. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be like, no, we're good. So it's great.
Oh, that's amazing. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Can I ask you? Okay, I'm so curious. What were you most afraid of when it came to outsourcing? And then what happened instead?
I would say, what was I most afraid of? I think a big one is just like not knowing if I can trust someone else with my business because I do try to hold myself to a high standard. I want to make sure all of our clients are happy as can be. It was scary to do that, but I told my previous VA, I was like, wow, like, I feel like I found a unicorn. Like, I can't believe I was scared to do this. It's so great because everyone that you're hiring, this is another thing I've learned is like, it makes sense to hire people whose talents lie in what you're hiring them for. That makes sense. So I don't know why I was like thinking one person had to do everything. Like now at this point, I'm like, no, I can just hire someone who specializes and loves doing this exact task. And then it's like, I'm covered. Yeah.
I love that. And I think a big misconception, I definitely had this when I first started outsourcing, was like, if I'm going to hire someone that's actually really good at this and focused on this, then it's going to cost me a lot of money. It's going to be expensive. But if you utilize being able to hire people overseas and just use the exchange rate on the dollar in your favor, like, why not? If we can pay someone $5 an hour overseas, what would cost us $30 an hour here locally, and they're supported, they're supporting their family, we're supported, we're supporting our family. Like, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful and doable. So you can actually have specialized help that's affordable too. So it's amazing. And oh, there's some other things I want to ask you here. Oh, yeah. So what are some things that you are so happy that you learned in OMI that you didn't have to learn from scratch?
I definitely would have never have known where to start. Like, I even wish I listened to some other things that you talked about in the course because I was like, oh no, it's fine. I'll just do this. And oh fuck, now I see why she said to do that.
What's an example? What's an example?
Like, I was like, I don't need to hire a specialized editor. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck did I not do that?
Because we're all just meant to. That's the thing. Sometimes it could be tricky to decipher between our gut of, oh, this feels more aligned for me. I know Sarah's teaching this, but this actually is a better decision for me as a business owner versus like fear slash being uncomfortable slash taking the easier route.
Yeah.
Could be confusing to discern that, because I get that too. Because when I take courses, like I'm not going to ever apply everything 100% because I'm my own unique person, but definitely the principles, like market things in this way so people understand this, but then I can choose how I create the visuals, how I talk, and all these things. I love that you shared that.
Like, I don't know if anyone knows about manifesting generators, but we tend to just take shortcuts sometimes. That I get a little ahead of myself. I'm like, no, I'll just get right into it, do this. So I'm definitely aware that's probably what happens.
You sharing this on this episode is helping so many people right now, even just avoid that from the very beginning. They'll be like, okay, I know, hire editor and a VA separately. Done. So thank you. Thank you. And also maybe just also bring up TaskRabbit. Let people know about TaskRabbit.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is another thing, another example. Sometimes even life tasks just pile up and they weigh on you as well. So we just moved recently. So there's like a ton of stuff we have to do that's piling up. I tried it for the first time recently. Actually, someone was here today. So that's the like most recent. You can just hire them for anything. Every task you could imagine is on TaskRabbit. I heard about this app from a YouTuber who lives in New York. I was like, oh, I wonder if they have that here. And yeah, I'm in Welland now, so they have it here. I'm pretty sure they have it all over Ontario. In the US, I'm not totally positive exactly where. But yeah, so I tried out today TV mounting. He put up a bunch of my art, all the stuff that I have been just leaving.
Like people, this is in person, you guys. Like you can literally go on the app and be like, this is where I live and I need an actual human to come over to my house and do stuff.
Yeah. And so like I got quoted for TV mounting. I don't know if you guys know, but it's very expensive. I got quoted like $300 for it. And I was like, oh, damn.
From where? Like
a local shop. And on
okay.
it's still like $300 to $450.
Okay.
So it's like similar. It's like it's a more affordable solution to outsource like life tasks.
Nice.
And I think for the hour he did a whole bunch of stuff. And I think it was like $70.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And oh, that's amazing. And these
Better.
people are just like gig economy, right? Just I'm gonna go on here. What tasks do I want to do? Is it in my area? I'm gonna make some extra cash on the side. Like amazing. Oh my
Totally.
gosh.
I
And
want
I
to
just
weed my backyard next. That's next on the list.
weed the backyard. Yeah, it's a good one.
I don't think I'm gonna do that. So,
I'm so happy you told me about this because I tried it out 5, 6 years ago for the first time when I heard it from someone else, but it wasn't in Georgetown yet. Didn't hit my area, and I'm like, damn it. And now, oh man, I'm so excited.
we have like cleaners and stuff on there too.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, that's amazing. Let me see. What else do I want to ask? Okay. So if someone is listening to this episode right now and they're literally feeling what you felt, like that mountain of energy over them, they're feeling stressed, overworked, burnt to a crisp, like you said,
Yeah.
they have no time for their well-being, like quality time with family. But they're like, I hear you. I hear that outsourcing is great and all these things, but I'm just so scared to start, so uncomfortable. I'm scared of putting down the money. And then what if
Mm,
it doesn't work for me? What if, what if? What would you tell them if they're
yeah.
feeling all of this but want what you have?
Yeah. So I think what I definitely, obviously, I moved forward last year and I'm so happy I did. I think something I would have liked to have heard last year is do the course and then just take the easy route for editing first.
Mhm.
And boom, that's going to lift so much burden immediately. Because I know you teach about a couple different ways to go about outsourcing editing. Last year's like, I was like, oh, I'm just going to like power through and then I'll do the course in the winter, which is what I did. And I wish I just hopped right in and did it because it doesn't take as long as you think. And like, I would have been able to enjoy fall last year if I had done that. Yeah.
That's a great piece of advice. And whenever I do like the onboarding call right after everyone signs up for OMI,
Mhm.
I'm always like, if you guys are like, you have two choices right now. You can like you said, you can power through, finish everything by yourself this season, start fresh your year next year, or you can just literally focus on the outsourcing or editing module inside OMI, follow the steps, pause that you're going to make progress with your editing
Mhm.
just a little bit, like by just a week, because really it doesn't take that more than that. And then you'll start getting support with editing with your queue. You'll still be editing because you want to catch up. It just depends on your queue, you guys. But you can literally get support right away in the fall, have more spaciousness because editing is the thing that takes up the most of our time. And then you'll have your feet wet with that. And then in January, February, you can start finding a VA and optimizing everything. So I love that you said
And
that.
I do just have to say, I think if I had done that last year, I wouldn't have been in that like scary place of like maybe not having enough bookings in December. Because
Yeah.
if I had just hopped right in, I would have been able to take that extra time and been marketing through like booking season.
Yeah.
That's a huge one too.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. I love that. And what if someone is literally on the fence as they're listening to this? So, okay, am I going to do it? I'm going to sign up for OMI this year. I'm just scared to invest the money. Is there going to be an ROI? Is there going to be a return? It's so counterintuitive. If
Yeah.
someone's on the fence, they want to sign up, but they're scared, what would you say to them?
It's so weird how humans are about money because if you're making, let's say, $100, you're like, oh, that's not that much. But if you're spending $100, you're like, oh, that's so much. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I feel like money's very skewed, but like it's 100% worth it. Like I've seen the results. I've booked more. I have my time back. I like my job again. Like that's worth so much in and of itself. And I have to say as well that even beyond just the course, like the monthly calls that you do as well with everyone, all of the students are also so valuable. And I think like it's worth like at least double. It's so worth it.
Aw, thank you for sharing. And yeah, I love that you show up to those calls, that we can really go in deep and
Mhm.
like blast through those little thoughts and limiting beliefs and things and have discoveries like, hey, have a VA and an editor separate.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And
gosh.
just all the little kinks that come up along the way, like those calls really help to just keep moving forward and stay inspired and have a community as well and everything like that. Yeah.
Awesome. And when it comes to like how the course is designed and we have the step-by-step videos, do you, what would you say about if someone's, oh, I don't really do online courses because I don't want to just watch a video and then I don't know what to do next because Sarah's not right there telling me.
Mhm.
Is it very much laid out step by step, like literally to the click of the button on what to do?
Yeah, I for sure. And also if you're like not as much into videos, there's also the course like workbook, which I printed out and found really helpful just because I do being really efficient. Yeah, I think as well as you're watching the course, like it goes by quicker than you think. And me, I like to like fast forward things. So low key the editing module, I was like, dude, skipping through a little bit. I was like, okay, I got everything I needed. Great. So it yeah, I would say it's as efficient as you make it, and all the resources are there. So you can take either option you like better.
Amazing. And is there any last like words of wisdom, piece of advice that you want to share to someone listening?
I think I always feel like my biggest piece of advice is just always trust your gut and intuition, even if it doesn't make sense or even if you don't understand it yet. I think everyone listening, just follow your intuition, whatever it's telling you to do.
I love that. And especially sometimes it's the, do you ever have those moments of intuition of you're leaving the house and your intuition is bring a pen and you're like, what the fuck? I don't need a pen. Like logic comes in. I don't need a pen. And then 2 hours later, you're like, fuck, I need a pen.
Yeah,
It's like
for
that's a
sure.
way I've loved like practicing being conscious of when my intuition is my intuition. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes it could be confusing. Is it my intuition or is it fear of like, oh, am I leaving the house without a pen? What if I need a pen?
Yeah.
Like the OCD stuff, right? Just a little tip there, maybe for the next like couple days or weeks, like if you're like, I don't know what my intuition is telling me, just like focus on those little moments where randomly you get a voice or a nudge that says, bring the coffee cup downstairs. And you're like, what the fuck? I'm like already walking out of the room. Just bring the coffee cup downstairs. Cause then later you're like, oh, I'm about to turn on the dishwasher, but I still have that coffee cup upstairs. That means I have to go all the way upstairs, all the way back down. Those
Have
little
a funny
things.
moment like this. You know how I said I
Yeah.
broke my brand new laptop?
Yeah.
Intuition moment of, oh, I shouldn't leave my full cup of water there. I was like, man, that's fine. I always do it. And then I knocked it out.
Oh my God, that's painful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great intuition for there. And then that really
Mm.
solidifies you knowing what your intuition feels like. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Anika. And I know you have some resources for photographers like presets and stuff like that. Where can everybody take a look at those and find them?
Yeah, I have some fun little presets on my website. So it's Amare Studio. It's www.amarestudios.ca. And then I have a little for photographers section. Yeah.
Amazing. And that's linked in the show notes. And then also, if anyone wants to connect with you via Instagram, DMs, any of that, where can they find you?
So Amare_studios on Instagram and pretty much everywhere. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anika. I really appreciate you sharing everything. I know this episode is like super unique and like helpful. That's why I love these like success story episodes because everyone brings such a unique like journey to how they
Yeah.
experience outsourcing, the successes, the speed bumps, and all of that. And I know you just like, firstly, saved people some time with, okay, that's a really good idea. I'm going to do that. And also maybe even helps them take the leap to actually get their time and energy back. So I really appreciate you.
Yay. I hope someone's inspired and improved from this in some way. That makes me so happy.
Oh my gosh, Annika's story is such a beautiful reminder that you don't have to choose between success and sanity, between artistry and income, or between a full calendar and a full life. But to step into that, you need the right systems and you need the right support and you need to update things and do things a little differently. And that's exactly what Outsourcing Made Easy is here for. This isn't just a course, it's a complete roadmap that gives you the step by step way to reclaim your time, increase your income, and enjoy your business again. And in there, you're going to learn how to confidently hire your BA and editor within your budget range, within the scope of your needs, and in a way where you're supported up to your standards, how to train them using my plug and play workflows, and how to build a sustainable outsourcing system that saves you 15 to 30 plus hours a week every single season. So doors close October 29th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2025, and they won't open again until October 2026. So if this episode sparked something in you, let it be the sign that you've been waiting for. Go to sarahmonica.com/freedom. The future you is already thanking you. I can't wait to connect with you on the inside.